The city lights still glimmered faintly behind us when the trees finally began to thicken again. The silhouettes rose like old friends. The smell of pine and damp moss wrapping around me was quiet relief. The air here was colder, cleaner, and every breath felt like I was washing the city out of my lungs. My shoes crunched over fallen leaves, and my tail brushed through the undergrowth, catching dew. We were all tired. My feet ached, my hair smelled faintly of smoke, and my legs still buzzed with adrenaline that hadn't yet faded. Hikari walked ahead with her usual calm stride, her tail swaying like she had just returned from a regular day instead of chaos. Itsuka, on the other hand, couldn't stop talking. "Did you see how that one hero totally froze? I could have done better," she said, waving her hands animatedly. "Aren't you, Hikari? Ordering the pros around like you own the place? You should have seen the faces." Hikari sighed without turning around. "I did not order anyone. I was helping." Helping," Itsuka teased, snorting. "And me, obviously nearly melting my own shoes. Pure hero material." She laughed at herself, shaking her head. I smiled faintly, but didn't join in. My mind was elsewhere, the sound of her voice fading into a dull hum as the forest swallowed us again. After a while, she noticed. "You're so quiet. Still in shock?" I blinked. "Huh? Oh, no. I'm fine. Just thinking." "Thinking of what? The sludge monster's goo? Ew, gross!" She winked her nose dramatically. Hikari gave her a sharp look that said, "Drop it." Itsuka huffed, but she did. I was grateful for that, because the truth was, I wasn't thinking of the monster at all. All I could see were those eyes, sharp, furious, alive. The way he looked right through me, like he wasn't just angry at the world, but determined to tear through it. I didn't even know his name, but that face, framed by ash blonde hair and city smoke, kept replaying in my head. My heart thudded faster, just thinking about it, and I pressed a hand against my chest like I could quiet it down. We walked in silence for a while after that, the forest growing darker, the last beats of sunset fading behind the trees. When the familiar glow of our home appeared ahead, I felt a mix of relief and dread. The door hadn't even opened yet, but I could feel our mother's worry waiting for us. Sure enough, the door flew open as soon as we stepped out of the tree line. "Do you know what time it is? Hikari, you promised!" Her voice trembled between anger and fear, tails bristling like she had been pacing for hours. "I was about to send Sota to find you." Sota shrugged behind her. "I told you they'd be fine." She shot her a look. "That's not the point." Hikari immediately bowed her head. "I know, Mama, and sorry. We lost track of time." "We were helping!" Itsuka jumped in quickly, trying to soften the blow. "There was this villain, huge, slimy thing, and then the heroes." "Helping? Villain?" Our mother repeated, eyes wide. "You could have been hurt." Her gaze moved from Hikari to me, softening when she saw how tired I looked. I managed a small smile. "We're okay, Mom." That was all it took. The tension cracked, and she pulled all three of us into her arms, her tails wrapping around us in a warm, trembling hug. For a moment, everything was still. The forest, the night, the world. And even though my body ached, even though my mind was still caught somewhere between city lights and those piercing red eyes, I felt safe again.